Have you ever heard that you can actually get foot drop nerve damage from a leg cast? Watch this and find out.
Circulation. Obviously, it's very important that you have good circulation to every cell of your body because that's what's providing oxygen, that's what's providing nutrients, and that's what's taking away all of the toxins and the used up things that no longer are beneficial for the body, and the body needs to eliminate them. So that's what your circulation does. It brings the good stuff and takes away the old, used, no good stuff. And so it's really important that you have good circulation. You've also got your nerves here. So you don't want those nerves to have abnormal pressure, right? That's why if somebody gets a leg cast, you want to make sure that cast is not pressing on the outside of the knee, just below the knee, because now your perineal nerve can get damaged and you can end up with foot drop where you can't lift your toes up and bend your ankle because that nerve has been damaged. So it's very important that we understand and protect these structures and make sure we're doing all that we can. This is why when you cross your legs and your foot goes numb, it's because you're pressing on that perineal nerve. Obviously, when you take your leg off because your foot's numb and you kind of shake it out, you get that feeling back. But the nerve's not really happy that you did it. And if you didn't take the pressure off the nerve, you could end up with some permanent damage. And I've seen that happen to people who've had surgery where they may have been on that particular area of pressure, and obviously when you're under anesthesia, you're not noticing, oops, I got to move my leg and get the pressure off that nerve, right? Obviously, surgeons are very aware of these things and they position you very carefully, but I have seen some people where they ended up with foot drop after a surgery. Luckily for them, it was temporary. We were able to do some e-stim to the nerve. We were able to stimulate and get that nerve to heal and regenerate, and it wasn't a permanent loss, but it can happen. So here are more of the circulatory structures. I wanted you to see all these arteries, all these blood vessels, and how important it is. You know, you don't, and this is where a DVT can happen, a deep vein thrombosis. You can get a little clot, and that can be very, very painful. Typically, those will happen after a surgery. It's not uncommon to occur. More and more technology, you know, people are taking the blood thinners and all those things. Now, there are some serious risks to those blood thinners that I think you need to be aware of before you take them. I'm not telling you not to take them and not to follow advice, but it is important that you understand the risks. There's a new class of blood thinners out that has a very different risk than the old class of blood thinners. The old class of blood thinners required people to get blood work done regularly to make sure that their levels were proper. The new class of blood thinners doesn't require that, so they've become more of a favorite for the medical profession because it doesn't require a person to go and get blood work done every week or every 2 weeks, but they carry their own risks. And for the younger population, they carry a higher risk of clotting, and for the older population, they carry a higher risk of bleeds, brain bleeds and things. So it's very important that you understand, again, your risks versus your benefits, right?